You may have actually been scrolling through the iSigma conference website, and as you were scrolling through, you noticed down here on Tuesday this thing that says the Vibe Code Lab. Pre-registration required, and you read that and you went, what is that about? Well, let me tell you. That Vibe Code Lab, if you have no idea what it means, actually may be logical that you don't know what it means because it's kind of a terrible name. So let me explain it. Vibe coding is actually building software, real working software, by describing what you want in plain English instead of just writing code. That's it. Instead of hiring a developer and handing them a specification document, you open an AI app building platform, type something like, I want a simple tool where my staff can submit a damage report with a photo and it emails it to me automatically. And the AI builds it, literally in minutes. Not a mock-up, not a prototype, a working app. The vibe part refers to the fact that you're guiding the AI tool to build through a conversation and instinct rather than technical precision or coding knowledge. You describe it, it builds it, you react, it adjusts. You're vibing with it. I know it's kind of a weird term, isn't it? Here's the thing about running your business. Whether you're in records management, secure destruction, ITAD, scanning, or any of the other related industries that'll come to this event, you have a very specific operational administrative problem that you have. There's just this thing that bugs you all the time. And those problems are usually too small for an enterprise software vendor to care about, and a lot of times too custom for an off-the-shelf app to solve. Like, you do it your own way. You have your own way of going about it. So what do most business owners do? If you're like many I know, you build a workaround in Excel, or you just live with the friction. Vibe coding changes the equation completely. If you can describe a problem clearly, and you can articulate a vision of what it would be if it were solved, you can now build the tool with a vibe coding tool. A driver pre and post check on their truck, a certificate of destruction log, a client onboarding checklist that actually works the way your unique process does, a bin location tracker, an equipment maintenance app. You don't need to know how to code. I don't know how to code. In the last 18 months, I've built over 20 tools, including apps and software for myself and for others. And I can't write a line of JavaScript if you even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. I've never looked at the code, and I wouldn't if my life depended on it, but I've built a lot of really cool tools. Let me just show you a couple of examples because it helps to get it. So, first one is, let me just show it to you here. It's called Casa Compass. And I know that sounds like a kind of weird name, but I built this because, frankly, I'm frustrated by the fact that I don't know what to remember what to do in my house. So if you kind of go into this tool, it has my properties. It has different assets in those properties, like the sump jet water power backup system, the Navion tankless water heater, my HVAC system, my central vac, whole house water heater. Those are the assets. And then I've sort of built into the tool a number of tasks that need to be done on a regular basis. So I've got all these tasks, replace smoke detector batteries. And then I've got supplies, and these are all the supplies I need to have, right? And then here's the history of what's been done. I've got all that, but I went, well, and again, I don't know how to code. I just build this. And so I can actually talk to my app, and it'll tell me what's coming up. Oh, nothing due this week. Well, that's cool. What's this month look like? And literally it says review my unified network equipment and upgrades, still showing as pending. So I forgot, but that's just one tool. And I've built that completely with vibe coding. Let me show you the second tool. And we're doing it at this conference. I don't know if you're aware, but we're doing a podcast at this conference. And that podcast conference podcast for its iSigma on Air Last year, I did it with Excel spreadsheets and sticky notes and my brain, and kind of blew my brain up. But this year I went, let me see if I can build something to do that. And I vibe coded my way into this thing, which is a schedule builder. So it shows all the schedule for the 3 days of the conference, right? These are all the potential recordings. It works really kind of cool because I can send messages to all the guests. They can book themselves, like they can actually book when they want to be available to talk to one of us in the podcast. There's a series of like I can show the episodes where they went on YouTube, all that kind of stuff. And I'm showing that because, again, I don't know how to code, but I did that through vibe coding. Let me show you the last one. This last one is because I kept hearing that people were struggling with, in our industry, service providers really struggling to have their supervisors, their frontline supervisors, who often drive a truck but are responsible to supervise a team. And we really need like updated HR notes on them, whether it's a recognition, it's an incident that happened, a coaching moment. And those need to be translated into structured, coherent, HR compliant notes for employee files. And they weren't happening. So what did I do? I built one using vibe coding. And now you can just record a note and it goes into a database. And that database is something that you can use and pull into your HR notes that last in HR files for a long time, but they're done effectively. They're done easily. That's what I vibe coded. And I'm showing you those because those were done in a way that we're going to do at the workshop. So at the iSigma conference, I'm running a 2-hour vibe code lab. To be clear, this is not me showing you those things that I just showed you. It's not you watching me demo something session. You're actually going to build something for you, a real tool for a real problem in your business. We're going to spend the first part of the workshop planning, figuring out what a problem is that you want to solve, and how to describe it in clear enough fashion for the AI tool to work with. Then you're going to build it live. And we're going to use this tool called Lovable. And Lovable has agreed to sponsor this workshop with credits if you come. It's a really cool app building platform. And when you attend, you'll get the free access to those credits. So you're not just going to be watching me, you're going to be working. You're actually going to be building it. And you're going to leave with what I believe is a first iteration of a functioning app or a small piece of software, not an idea, not a slide deck, not just something that kind of looks on paper or on a screen like a visual image of it, something that actually works and can work for you and your business. So you're going to need your laptop. It will need to be fully charged because, frankly, we couldn't get enough cords in the room and plugs at every table to support all of the laptops that are needed to be running. So you're going to have that thing charged up by the time you arrive. And there's a limit to how many can come to the session. Lovable only provided a max number of seats for this workshop. And we're more than halfway to the limit as of today. But the session's free. It doesn't cost you anything to come. You just have to register. So if you're interested, add this in your conference registration. Or if you can't figure out how to do that, email Gina or somebody on the iSigma team and get yourself registered. Look, I know build an app in 2 hours sounds like a pitch. I get it. But this is genuinely one of those capability shifts that comes along once in a while and quietly changes what's possible for you in your business. And I want you to experience it firsthand. Come curious, bring a real problem that you have in your business, and you're going to build something together with me. I can't wait to see you there.